Results qualifying then. Adey Ferry stuck it on pole. Great lap. Current championship leader J Wills setting on the grid with him. The Don Dotter lines up on the second row of the grid alongside Fubuki. So them and the Megans will be hoping to get away well. Another Megan P1 Big Baz, but a Lamborghini of Dixon lines up next to him. The NSX of the American Shell Shock lines up next to the Megan of Shadowhunter there. Further back we've got rear wheel 72 man in the Megan, followed by Thundercat in the A Douglas Megan there as well. Scooby lines up near the back of the grid alongside Chris 74 Mac, and then right at the back we do have Adey G. So we're ready for the lights out then at Suzuka. Revs build. Adey Ferry's and J Will's gonna bog down off the line in the front wheel drive TT, so keep an eye on the Don Dotter and Fubuki on the second line of the grid. The Don Dotter gets a great start and launches that Megan into first place. It looks like J Will's in the other Audi's down to fifth now. So Fubuki got a great start, so did Big Baz, the other P1 Megan mobile. Following in behind, the two Audis then being harassed by Dixon in the Lamborghini. Shadowhunter just behind Dixon in the Renault Megan, just gives Dixon a little bit of a tap there. A little bit of argy-bargy going on between these two. You got Thundercat in the A Douglas Gardening Solutions Megan. Chris Mack in the Scooby. Rear wheel 72 man in the Megan. Shell Shock in the NSX. Adey G in the BMW, and Scooby's had a terrible start. He's down in 13th place. Meanwhile, looks like Big Baz is putting the pressure on Fubuki for second place. No ludicrous moves going on at this stage. Let's have a look. Looks like Shadowhunter though is going for a ludicrous move on Thundercat, gets it made at the hairpin. Nicely done there, Shadowhunter. So he's up to 7th now. We'll be chasing Dixon down again, who he was having a little bit of a tussle with earlier on in the race. Line astern then as we come down towards Spoon for the first time. Don Dotter leads us away nicely. But now it's time for the Audis to come into their own. Now we hit the high speed sector 3. And the Audis, as you can see, Adey Ferry there is gonna get ahead of Big Baz before 130R. J Wills just tucks him for now. Jay doesn't want to launch it down the inside, but he's ready and waiting for the start-finish straight. Everyone gets the car stopped just in time for there. Let's have a look. Yeah, nicely done. No major issues so far. For that, everyone's had a cracking first lap. Gotta hand it to them. Looks like the top two then starting to break away a little bit. But now that the Audi has been released behind, you will just watch that reel the Megans in up ahead. The Audi doesn't get away well from the lines. It was always going to lose places. The Megans probably a little bit better in the twisty stuff, but once the Audis get a bit of open road and really open the taps on that Vorsprung Dirk Technique engine, they will just rocket off into the distance. They're ridiculously quick in a straight line. I do wonder though why these guys haven't saved this car for the second race this week, because the second race is Monza and that's much more suited to an Audi. It depends what the second car is, I guess. I think Adey Ferry's got a Mustang? I don't know, probably got that one. So as we chatter on there, Fubuki and the Don Dotter battling it out for first place honours. Don Dotter just manages to defend that on the inside. Fubuki takes the outside line instead, and again this is where we're going to see Adey Ferry and J Wills come into their own now. The top 5 breaking away a little bit. Next car behind them, Dixon, probably a second or two just behind. Small gap to Shadowhunter, and then there's a little bit of a train forming on behind. Looks like we've got rear wheel 72 man and Shell Shock going side by side at Spoon. Plenty of respect given between the two drivers. Loads of room given there. Good racing from these guys as they head down towards 130R. The NSX probably a little bit better in a straight line, but the Megane can nail 130R. We'll just see what happens with these two. Then the NSX does pull out. Someone's going to have to back out of this. It does look like Real 72 does back out of it, but Shell Shock at the same point gets it all wrong. And that is just going to be in need of a little bit of a replay, I think. Just see what happens to Shell Shock there. We'll just go on board with him. Oh, he just taps that green stuff, doesn't he? And that's going to give him an almighty flat spot on the tyres, that is. Meanwhile, Audi Ferry in the Audi pulling out for an overtake on Fabuki for second place. The Audi is superior in a straight line. Fabuki's now being swarmed. He's got Jay Wills behind him as well. He's had to surrender that place to Audi Ferry. Does go deep in the corner as well, but the Megane does hold on well. Jay Wills cuts on the inside. That's Fabuki 2 places down in one corner. It's not a great start to Fabuki's race. Big Baz though, down to 5th now after the Audis have got through. He's got Dixon hassling him. So the Hungarian hungry for progress in this race, and he's now giving the P1 driver a little bit of something to think about. Meanwhile, a little bit further back, Shadowhunter trying to chase Dixon down. Nothing much going on at the back of the pack for now, so if you forgive me, I'll just stick with what's going on at the top, just for the time being, as I take a sip of my Moretti. Beautiful. Fabuki got a really good drive out of the hairpin then. That's just started launching an attack back on the Audi, but because we're in the Audi's sort of power zone, it's always going to win that fight. Spoon's a favourite place for drivers to just dip a wheel and make a mistake. We unfortunately saw Shell Shock do that at the start of the race at 130R. Big Baz and Fabuki. Stern as we go down towards the Casio triangle. Is Dixon going to go for a move? No, he just tucks back into it. Puff of smoke from the Lamborghini's brakes there as he has to slam on the anchors. Shadowhunter now chasing down the field. Chris Mack hanging on in there. The top 9 have sort of broken off into a little pack all by themselves really, and then the lower half of the field, so to speak, is held up by Rear 72 man at the moment. Early days in the race though, anything can happen, and this one certainly isn't. Oh yeah, Jay Wills has got past Audi Ferry somehow. We didn't see that on coverage. Jay Wills currently got the fastest lap at 207.1, which is a great lap. He's now up to second place and he's chasing the Don Dotter down. The Don Dotter's held out for 4 laps at the front in the Megane. The thing is, if Don Dotter can make it another lap or so, the Audi's tyres are gonna start going off, because Suzuka's a high deck circuit, so we will start losing tyres. Of course, tyre wear doesn't necessarily matter for straight line speed. It will hamper their ability to get on the throttle, but they should be absolutely fine in getting the motor running. So the Don Dotter now is coming under pressure from Jay Wills. As we come down towards Spoon, Jay Wills does take a look but backs out of that move. Probably sensibly, to be fair. Moves at Spoon are risky. He gets himself tucked into the slipstream. Audi Ferry's going to get a double slipstream here, so he's in prime position for an overtake when we get round to the Casio triangle. See Jay Wills does just pull out of this slipstream to get past the Don Dotter. Again, nice respectful racing between these two. Audi Adey Ferry didn't have quite enough to get a move made. We see Shadowhunter go for a move on Dixon. He gets that move made. That's quite a nice little move. Let's go and have a look at that. So as late on the brakes as you like. Has to really go deep and just sit on the apex. Gets a little tap for his effort as well. As a good overtake. I'll give him credit for that. So Shadowhunter now up to 6, but they are beginning to lose touch. Oh, Jay Wills down to 5th. What's happened to Jay Wills? We've got to go back and have a look at this. He was leading the field at one point. Oh, he just got it deep at the Casio triangle. No grip on there at all. Tried to stay out of the way of Adey Ferry, but just lost too much momentum and gets swallowed up by the pack from behind. So that's unfortunate for Jay Wills. That's cost him a couple of seconds that lap. But puts this man now in the best position to capitalise on this race. He's been able to sit behind, potentially save his tyres a little bit, coast through corners, get on the brakes a little bit earlier and lighter, and just save those fronts on that Audi, because the Megans can no-stop. I no-stopped my race at Suzuka in the Megane. It was a bit ropey, but I managed it. The TTs won't be able to no-stop. They just won't be able to do it. The tyre wear is too severe. So, a little bit further back, Thundercat is looking to put moves on Dixon. Dixon, who got passed by Shadowhunter a lap ago, just needs to recompose himself a little bit. I think that opening sort of few laps got heated. I want to say we saw some questionable sort of side-by-side racing from everyone, and now things have calmed down a little bit. Dixon could just compose himself and get on the back of Shadowhunter again. He's in a good position to make a move in the same place that Shadowhunter got him. Back to Jay Wills then. He's onto the back of Big Baz. But Jay's very careful about where he does his overtaking. He doesn't want to risk it, so despite the fact he had a lot of overspeed there going into Spoon, he didn't throw one up the inside of Big Baz. He did decide instead to just save his overtakes for a place when the TT is strongest. That is where we're approaching now. Well, the Don Dot's still leading this one. I just wanted to go back and see if Dixon would get Shadowhunter back. He doesn't. Thundercat's still with him. Chris Mack's still with that lot as well. I think I want to say the only Subaru in this field. Adey G now, unfortunately, at the back of the train. Oh, I've seen some position changes a little bit further down. Shadowhunter and Dixon. So Dixon's got past Shadowhunter. Let's just see what happened there. So we'll go on board with the Hungarian driver. I want to say braking down into turn 1. Gonna guess Shadowhunter goes defensive. Oh no, he's leaving the door open there. Yeah, no, he left the door open. Dixon gets past, unfortunately Shadowhunter does just take it, but recovers that really bloody well. There's no grip on that, and Chris Mack very generously backs out of an overtake on Shadowhunter there. So Shadowhunter down to 8th now. Thundercat's been released again to attack the Hungarian, so he'll have attempt number 2 at overhauling the Lamborghini ahead of him. Jay Wills still on the back of Big Baz, still trying to make that move happen. Fubuki just about surviving in 3rd at the minute. Big Baz putting a lot of pressure on. He's starting to lose the slipstream from ahead. The TT will stop giving him suck. And I do just have a feeling, you know, that Adey Ferry is playing a bit of a long game here. The Don Dotter's running in the 207, so he's lapping really well, the Don Dotter. Adey Ferry popped a 207 in as well. Whether they're waiting to see if anyone pits, I'm not too sure. I have a feeling the Audi's got... I'm pretty sure the Audi's got to pit. It's too bad on his tyres. Oh, we've lost Dixon. We've lost Dixon. I keep missing stuff, mate. There we go. So it looks like it happened around Dunlop. And he might have just overcooked it a little bit. Yeah, he's a little bit away from the apex there. Just runs it wide on the exit of Dunlop. And that is a... that's a race end of that, but he just about resumes in front of Shadowhunter. Shadowhunter is going to throw one up the inside. Dixon then again goes off. Dirty tyres potentially from the last incident. GT Sport partner with Michelin now, so they do have some decent tyre sort of, what's the word? Tyre physics is probably the best word I can think of. In terms of the way the tyres go through heat cycles and all that sort of stuff. And if you've run on the wrong side of the circuit, you get marbles and that affects your grip, and if you go off circuit you get dirty tyres and they take a few corners just to shake the dirt off. So yeah, it's good physics. We saw there J-Will's still attacking Big Baz. Thundercat now with the misfortunes of Dixon behind him has managed to escape a little bit. Shadowhunter kind of likewise. Dixon's now down in 9th for rear wheel 72 man, having caught this train now. So rear wheel 72 man and Scooby both really reeled in the train ahead. That or the train came to them. Not too sure which one was which, in all fairness. Business as usual in the top 5. No major issues going on down below. No, I think the race is sort of settling into a bit of a rhythm now. With everyone sort of where they are. So 13 minutes in as we look at it. Chris Mack train in effect. The Subaru becoming a little bit of a cork in a wine bottle here as Dixon's hurrying to get past. Dixon looks like he's got a lot of overspeed coming from behind. He's ascended up the inside at Spoon. No contact at all. That's a great move by Dixon up the inside of Spoon. You don't see many moves get made there without a single dodgy contact, but there we go. The Hungarian's made it work up to 6 now, but he's got a lot of work to do now if he wants to get back up there, and he's got a big old train of cars behind him as well. Consists of Chris Mack in the Subaru, well 72 man in the Megane. Jay Wills, of course, 9th place for Jay Wills at the minute. I think he's pitted. Real 72 man, just getting a little bit loose. Some of these guys have pitted now, I think, looking at this. Because Shadowhunter's going in now, so I think Shadowhunter has made a mistake somewhere. And then, last but not least, by no means least, is Dejku, who just comes into the pits in the BMW. So let's just catch up with the Don Dotter. So he's not pitted yet as the Don Dotter. We're only 15-16 minutes in, so at my point in my race I had the Megane as well and my tyres were fine, so I didn't need to pit. I was still lapping in sort of low 208s and 207s. Fubuki, same for Fubuki really, and probably the same for Baz, yeah. So the top 3 in the Megane haven't pitted yet, and hasten to add they might not. We'll see how that develops. If they don't, it's going to make the end of the race very interesting, because you've got Audi Ferry coming up now, and he's on fresh tyres in the fastest car, so he's proper chunking it at the minute. The Audi driver, a little bit of clean air to go at, so he's timed his pit stop quite well, has come out in a big gap. A little bit frisky between Dixon and Jay Wills there. So let's see what happened there. So again, remember how fast the Audi is in a straight line. Jay Wills makes the apex, I want to say. So yeah, it was a good move. Dixon saw it, so got out of the way, touched back into the slipstream. Looks like no harm done. Shadowhunter finds himself down in 12th now. Got a lot of work to do. Delivering you from evil indeed. So the top 4, the current no-stop crew. Thundercat is coming under increasing pressure from Audi Ferry. Dare add Thundercat will just get out of it, yet he has. do have some pit stops going on, so the Don Dotter decides to peel into the pits and get some fresh rubber. Big Baz and Fubuki continue for the time being. Audi Ferry just coming on the start, finish straight now, as we just see the Don Dotter get released. The Don Dotter comes out, and for the time being stays ahead of Audi Ferry. But that has probably brought Audi Ferry a little bit closer to the Don Dotter than he would like. The Don Dotter's got Big Baz in front of him, but if Big Baz becomes an obstacle, I very much doubt those two will scrap too much. The good fans off the game. Jay Wilson now has Fubuki for company. Dare I say Dixon's pitted, he has. And Dixon and Shadowhunter yet again find themselves competing on track. These two, whatever they do, just seem to magnetise to one another. See Shadowhunter and Chris Mack getting a little bit tasty now. Dunlop curve just going onto marbles. That's not going to do either of them any good. I do like that camera angle with the Ferris wheel in the background. That's very arty. I'll get some pictures of that later from my race. Dixon then really pushing track limits. But for the time being, not too much doing. What was happening there? Dixon did look like he was going to make a move, but didn't. So, precisely 4 minutes and 54 seconds remain of this race. We still have the Don Dotter leading, but Audi Ferry has been chipping away at that lead ever so slightly. It's probably just about within slipstream range now, so we'll start to see that Audi gain. And this is making for a good finish to the race, this, because these two should be really close by the time the race is finished. Audi Ferry second, closing on in. Jay Will's not too far behind these guys either. He's in third. He's currently got the fastest lap of the race at 2:06.8 for Jay Will's. So fastest man on track right now. Big Baz behind. Good showing from Big Baz. He did peel off into the pits. Get some fresh boots on that McGann, but now he's got a big gap behind. He can just focus on the job in hand. Thundercat, 5th place for Thundercat, kind of on his own as well at the minute. He's had a good race, he'll be happy with this result. Rear Wheel 72, good race from Rear Wheel actually, considering at the start of it he was down near the back. Fubuki, probably a bit disappointed if I were Fubuki. Definitely potential for a higher finish from him today, especially given the lap times he can come out with. Shell Shock, 8th, had a little bit of a scare a lap or so ago as a car re-entered the track in front of him, and he had to have the reactions of a cat to get out of the way. Scooby, 9th place for Scooby at the minute, just chasing down Shell Shock there. Dixon, 10th for Dixon, getting a bit agricultural through the S's. He's been chased down by Chris Mack. Edgeq's just had a bit of an off-track moment, drifting that BMW, and Shadowhunter looks like he just got past at that point as well. So Shadowhunter's up in 12th now. Not had a great race, Shadowhunter. Has seemingly struggled to keep the car on the track. Meanwhile, just focusing back on the battle at the top. Audi Ferry's not really reeling Don Dotter in. Really that much at all. We've potentially got another 2 laps ahead of us, depending on how fast these guys get around these next 2 laps. Sorry, this next lap after this one. And, yeah, the potential battle, I think, is. Let's have a look. Was these two? So Dixon and Chris Mack are the 2 closest on track at the minute. So Lamborghini versus Subaru, 2 4-wheel drives, but with completely different ethics. One of them meant to be passed around fields and rally stages, and the other one's driven by footballers and footballers' girlfriends. I'll kind of let you figure out which one's which. But the rally legend is putting up with the supercar for now. The Huracan. He's a damn good car to drive, one of my favourites in the game, if I've got to be honest with you. So, most of these will be on their last lap now, but I do think the guys at the top, so sort of from Baz upwards at least, we'll probably have to do another lap afterwards. We'll see where they sit. And of course the way it works, you get 30 minutes, so when 30 minutes is up, you're on your final lap. If you cross that finish line at 28 minutes and 59 seconds, 29 minutes and 59 seconds, you do another lap, and you essentially put a lap on everyone else. So it doesn't look like the Don Dotters are under any immediate threat from Audi Ferry. Audi Ferry's times are starting to go off a little bit now. So whether that is down to tyre wear, of course those tyres have been on there a while now. J Wills pumped in 2:08 laps after his 2:06, so technically Baz behind him is quicker at the minute. He's definitely more on the pace. So Big Baz will be looking to try and get a podium today, and he's definitely putting moves on the Audi driven by J Wills. J Wills, this section of the track though is just going to steam off into the lead, so I think we may be just coming to the point where we're checking on our leaders. 15 seconds to go. Some of these will make it over the line in time, I think. Let's just see. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So Don Dot's going to get another lap. Audi Ferry doesn't. Audi Ferry's finished, I feel. Let's just go back and have a look at that finish between J Wills and Big Baz though. That looked very close. Big Baz got a big slipstream. J Wills did just pip up to the line. Now Audi Ferry's got another lap to go. Thundercat's going to bring home 5th. So a great race for Thundercat. He'll be happy with that one. Good result. Real 72, good result for him. 6th place for Buki, 7th. Shellshock, the American, 8th place for Shellshock. Scooby brings it home in 9th. Sideways, love your style. Dixon rounds off our top 10. Actually, no, he doesn't. He gives Chris Mack the place, and as he stops on the line and waits for Shadowhunter. So Dixon's actually going to bring it home in 12th, and DedgeQ is 13th. Sorry, DedgeQ, we've not given you too much coverage. There's quite a lot going on just ahead. Last lap dramas then, are there going to be any? It is France versus Germany in Japan, so this is the multicultural race I think we've all been waiting for. So the McGann's best part of the circuit is done and dusted now. Audi Ferry is coming into his best part of the circuit. It does look like it's a big gap to overhaul though. The Don Dot has pulled out a really good lead here and has had a brilliant race start to finish. The Don Dot has, so he'll be really happy with this one. Currently all he needs to do is just bring it home now, keep that McGann on the black stuff, and all will be well in his world. All of the races of course just go around on there, waving to their adoring fans in the crowd. It doesn't look like Audi Ferry is going to be remotely close enough to remove, unfortunately, but still a good race for Audi Ferry. He's performed well, but all honours today remain with the Don Dotter. 1st place for the Don Dotter, great result for him. He'll be chuffed with this, and then Audi Ferry brings it home 2nd overall. So that was Suzuka. That was race 5. Race 6 was held at Monza. That's going to be in a separate video, as to be expected, and following that video I'll give you a rundown of what the championship standings look like at this current minute, and we'll talk about that for a little bit. There's no point doing it at the end of this one because we might as well do it at the end of the round video rather than the mid-round one. So yeah, off we go to Monza now, so stay tuned for that video. That will be coming in the next day or so. Thank you very much for watching this. Don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you enjoyed in the race, what you want to see more of, and subscribe if you've not already. I'd like that a lot. That would help me out. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye.